Ready to go, honey, let's begin.
I have this friend who says that romantic relationships are like a bookshelf from IKEA. There are all these pieces and it's impossible and you don't have any directions in what you're trying to do. And he used to use this as a test for dates. He figured any woman he could assemble a shelf with together and not hate her by the end of the process, she must be the one for him. And when I met him, he had 17 bookshelves and no girlfriend. So at the time I just thought, wow, you're a complete jerk. But now, I think almost as soon as I got married, I realized he was right to a certain extent about this test. There's something to it. And I think I think it's a great imagery for what a man and a woman are trying to do when they start to build a life together. You have all of these pieces. And it looks like you actually have too many pieces and you don't know how they fit together, but you spread them out and you try to make sense of the little direction you have. And you keep your eye on the goal, which is that you'll build something that will last, that will be sturdy, that will be with you for a long, long time, and that it'll be worth the effort. And so I think that's what I remind myself now, is that happily ever after is complicated and it takes effort, but it's doable. I feel like this journey has been almost an applied spirituality of real life situations coming up and turning to God and turning to the Bible and saying, what do you have to say about this? Help me work through this. And what's been amazing is how often I've gotten answers through surprising places and conversations I didn't expect to have and people surrounding me and convincing me to keep going, that this journey I was on was real, that happily ever after is actually bigger. It's not just about marriage, it's about a whole life that has many facets, and at any given time one thing is going really well and something else is falling apart and something else is breaking your heart and something else is working out better than you ever thought possible. And that part of having the life we all dream of is, it's a bit about learning to juggle and keep all those balls in the air and hold that tension and not let any one facet define you. Part of my journey has been not being defined by the things that aren't working out, but really keeping my focus on more has happened to me in the past 2 years than I ever could have guessed. The fact that I'm writing a second book feels like a total dream come true. And yet there are things that I thought would be happening in my life and aren't. And so my goal, and what I write about in A Maze of Grace, is how to make the most of my second chances. I feel like I was given a second chance at faith and a second chance at love, and I don't want to blow them. And I wrote this book to encourage readers, but also to encourage myself to keep trying, to get up when I fall down, and that happily ever after is possible.